he ended up taking up a very huge mortgage in one of the very suburbs. He never told us that he took a mortgage. Me, from the day one, I knew he bought the house. The house went for 67 million.
Lifestyle is a big challenge, and people are not able to live within or below their means. They are definitely living above their means. So there are many. Could you just expound on that? Why is it a challenge from the people you've interacted with?
Apparently, a lot of Kenyans are disturbed by perceptions of their friends and relatives. What do people think about me if they found me living or doing or driving or doing this, being in this class? When I drive a Prado, what message do I send? How about when I go to Vitz? What message? They care so much about what other people think about them. And to tell you the truth, those other people don't even care about what you drive. When you move to Lunda, what message are you sending to your friends and relatives? And how about when you are in Mohoko? What message are you sending? We care so much about their perception rather than reality.
Yeah.
Kenya is one of the few countries where people are not able to separate emotions from facts. We are not able to. We live for others. A lot of the people are living fake life. And I did mention to you last time that COVID did expose the fakeness of our lifestyles. That lot of people that lived in Lunda, lots of people that lived in the Living Suburbs, Karen, the Westlands, Kireshu, Lavington, a lot of them were humbled to their space. Waking up to realize that you can no longer afford your means in the space that you find yourself. And it's such a trauma having to move or to relocate from Westlands to go and start once again in Kitengela. It's such a trauma to move from Lunda to start again.
For a Kenyan. Yes. It shouldn't be, but for a Kenyan, it's traumatizing. You're moving out of Lunda to go and start again in Roiro. And I'm not trying to say that Roiro is bad.
Yes. I think for me, it's at what stage of your life do you need to find yourself there? I would rather start from Roiro, come towards Lunda. Rather than start from Lunda, go towards
going towards
But Kenyans, that's what they're doing. When you talk about climbing a tree, for them, they're climbing from up down. That you're starting from Karen, and on retirement, you are somewhere in Kisanju.
And the main motivation is just to impress people?
Imagine. Later in life, you realize that by then they didn't care.
Do you have a personal interaction with a client like that?
A lot of them. Yeah. I can't even count one. In fact, I'll tell you very, very honestly. I've got one now. I don't want to mention the estate, but only again driven by the same pressure, peer pressure. He ended up taking up a very huge mortgage in one of the very suburbs. He never told us that he took a mortgage. Me, from the day one, I knew he bought the house. The house went for 67 million. And from the look of things, at the point he presented this to me, I thought he bought. Unfortunately, 6-7 years down the line, his business has gone down. What was supporting the mortgage? And by the way, it's a huge mortgage.
67 million is
just found
huge.
out the guy has been paying 635,000 per month. 635,000 a month. And this is not an old guy. He's got children in the university now.
Was that his first house?
I don't think it was, but he came from a rental house. So the transition was that was quite a jump.
Yes.
Coming from a rental house, even if you are paying 100,000, but jumping to a mortgage of 67 million shillings, that was a huge one. Now the guy has got children in the university. His last born is in high school. And his business has started doing badly. The last 1 year, he's been struggling. I'm telling you, he made the worst decision now. A bold decision now to sell off the house. But when you look at the circumstances at which he's selling this house, he's not going to recover anything. He's not.
Yeah.
Kenyans don't have money at the moment to spend on that kind of a house.
Yeah.
So if you try to get a buyer, even the buyers that you are coming across are those that are also going to take loans from banks.
Yeah.
So they renegotiate.
And they will not give you the...
And the bank that
market
you are owing...
prices.
Yes. The bank that you are owing is already put you under pressure.
Yes.
And the one who is coming to buy already knows that you actually in debts.
Yeah.
You are under pressure to sell.
Yes.
Now you can imagine.
You're exposed.
So you are selling just to clear with the bank.
Yeah.
Not to make any return out of it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the guy now is about 51, 52. So you're asking yourself, what future does he have now? To start afresh at 52, you almost don't have the energy. To sustain himself, he's had to do lots of borrowing.
Yeah.
I'm sure from the banks, the personal loans. These are guys that would even take credit cards everywhere they go just to try and sustain the lifestyle. You realize the 9th hour that it's not working. And at this particular point, you actually need to sensibly be talking about your retirement.